You know, it seems every week there is story after story of violence in our neighborhoods, of killings in our community. And though the calls for curbing the violence are growing stronger, the death toll keeps climbing. Several cities in our area are seeing a rise in violent crime. In Kansas City, Missouri, for instance, we are on pace for another very deadly year, which sadly isn't anything new. KCPD reported 157 homicides in 2021, a record 179 killings in 2020, and 151 homicides in 2019. Those aren't just numbers. They're people, loved by families who in many cases still don't have answers. Every year in Kansas and Missouri, countless killings go unsolved. And while many of these stories fade from the headlines, the pain these families endure doesn't go away. This week, KMBC9's helping shine new light on some of these unsolved crimes, including the case of David Cook. In November of 2008, Cook went to check on the fence of the 8,000-acre ranch he managed in Bates County, Missouri. He was never seen again. And in the weeks before he vanished, Cook suspected cattle rustlers were hitting his herd. Investigators found his pickup and wallet, but not his cell phone or glasses. Cook's sister says there are plenty of clues. They just need help from someone putting them all together.
We have lots of pieces to this puzzle. We just need a few more so we can get the complete picture.
That's where Crime Stoppers comes in. The organization has helped solve cases like these across the metro, but they need your help to make this happen and to get answers for families still searching for closure and justice. Here to help me get to the heart of the matter are Detective Christina Ludwig, coordinator of Crime Stoppers, and KMBC9's Martin Augustine, who's been covering the David Cook case and looking at a number of unsolved cases coming up this week. Thank you both for being here, first off.
Yes.
We hear a lot about Crime Stoppers. We say the hotline every day. In fact, we're going to put the QR code here on the screen.
Oh, great.
Tell us what's going on behind the scenes to solve these cases and to bring some closure to people.
Well, we are doing our best to get people to communicate with the police department again. It's no secret out there. We have lost communication. There's a gap between the community and the police departments. So we are asking people to submit information. It's completely anonymous. It is safe, it's convenient, and it's easy to do. You just have to submit the information.
Is that the biggest hurdle for you? People don't truly think it's anonymous?
That is true. They don't. They believe we're affiliated with police departments, but we are not. We are a 501c3. We're completely independent of any police departments out there.
And where do the tips go then? They don't go right to police, right?
No, we are under the Crime Commission, the Missouri Crime Commission, Kansas City, Missouri Crime Commission, and it comes to a call center.
Martin, we know you just talked to the family of David Cook for your stories that are airing this week, and you're looking into a number of unsolved cases. What strikes me about these cases is that they're just like one step away from being solved. There's an answer somewhere else.
Yeah, and just about everybody we talked to, and Judy Transu that you saw there, who's David Cook's sister, believes this too, is that there is one little hunk of information that once it gets discovered, once it's out there, it's going to fill out the puzzle that is there. Like she says, there's a lot of pieces to it, and if you put that one in the middle, then the dominoes start to fall on a case. And it is remarkable in these stories that we've covered that just about everybody that I've talked to, everybody thinks the same way, that there is one tidbit out there that makes the sequence work, and you can take a case in a certain direction. So as frustrating as that can be for some of these families, and Judy and her family have waited a very long time to try to get some answers on this, they know that it's close and it's a matter of time and patience.
Right, to them it's not cold, it's just
no, absolutely
yet
not.
to be solved.
Yeah, yet to be solved.
Right, and is that an important distinction to make too as you work to try to get tips with Crime Stoppers, that people are working on these cases?
Absolutely. Detectives are working hard to try to figure out what's going on and to solve these cases, and we appreciate that.
Why do you think there's a stigma to speaking out? As you said, the relationship with people in the police, especially in the last couple of years, has been strained, which is an understatement.
Yes.
But where's the stigma there, and how do you work to overcome it?
So that's what we were trying to provide, the information to people out there, the whole community. We cover 9 counties in the greater Kansas City area, in Missouri and Kansas. And we're just trying to reach out and let them know that we are bridging that gap. We're getting out there the QR code that I just released in January, and just trying to make it as easy as possible for them to know that it's safe. They can provide information. It is safe. They're not included in the case files, and they'll never have to testify. They will always remain anonymous.
Do you still get credible tips fairly often?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We've already approved up to 16 rewards for this year alone.
Oh my goodness. So
Yes.
people are getting the message that it is
Yes.
okay to speak out. Martin, I mean, you've been doing this a while. You've been to more crime scenes than we could probably count, sadly. Tell us about the human element of this, because as we said at the top of the broadcast, all these numbers represent a person, a life.
Represent a person. It is easy to fall into a trap going to cover crime, that it's a number, or this is homicide number 87, or something like that. The moment that you meet a family member or a friend, that changes everything, because then it is no longer a number, and that's what we are always working to do, is to try to find out about that person and illustrate with the people that we talk to that that person was important to them, and everybody's important to somebody. And in the case of one of the stories I'm working on, a young man named December 2 in Kansas City, Kansas, was murdered in a laundromat about 5 years ago. And here was a young man, a family that had emigrated from Myanmar. He had been thriving at school. He was doing everything that we hope to see kids do. He was doing great in school. He had lots of friends. He was playing sports. He was holding down a job.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's gone. And of course the terrible irony in that is when you visit with their family, they were trying to escape a lot of very violent things where they were living in Myanmar, and then to have this happen is very, very sad.
And just one of so many stories. So thank you for covering it, and thank you for everything you do with Crime Stoppers. Christina Lowy, Martin Augustine, we appreciate your time. All week long on KMBC 9 News at 6, Martin will be highlighting local cases. It starts Monday night with the case of David Cook, which we just mentioned. And it bears repeating, if you have the answers that can help solve these cases and bring closure to families in our communities, please, please, please get in touch with Crime Stoppers. Call 816-474-TIPS, go to kccrimestoppers.com, or use their free mobile app. You saw the QR code. You can scan that as well. You never have to give your name, and cash could be yours for the right information.